Hey guys, what's up? How are we all doing? You can unmute yourself now. Which one am I going to again? Hey, here we go. Why is that not showing up? What is going on here? I literally had this working. Wait, hold on. I need to add window capture. Discord cam. Oh, Bark is very big.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I didn't do it on this scene. I did it for the other scenes. That'll do. What's up, everyone? I'm joined by Vark. He is part of the Song Select Committee, who's been helping with the setlist creation. How are you doing today, Vark?
That's good. I'm good. I'm ready to play for like an hour.
All right, let's head to a server. Which one's available? Amsterdam 3. Yes, there is a Discord for the tournament. I hope that link still works. Alright, so we're just waiting for the song libraries to compare. So yeah, we've been working, oh gosh, like 2 months, 2.5 months on this now. So yeah,
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Like an hour and a half before this reveal, I was still debating the speed of the song. But
we're just trying to make sure it's as good as we can make it. Before it's too late.
Right, and the song validation has been completed. So I'm gonna move Clone Hero because we've got to put all these in the setlist, and I don't want anything spoiled. Where's my volume? It's not show up. My Windows is being annoying. I think my Windows is broken. It's not letting me open up. It's not allowing me opening up settings. My Windows is broken. Oh wait, hold on. What if I restart Windows Explorer? Windows. There we go. Similar to CSC. Thanks, Bach. Here we go. Yeah, this is Muse. This isn't one of the songs, though. It's just what's happened. And now my system settings is working after I restart Silence for it. Right. Mute Clone Hero. Right, so let's right. Oh right, yeah, let's go to songs and then wait, why am I not seeing?
Do you not see all the songs?
No,
I see all of them.
Alright, if you see all of them, can you oh wait, hold on. Let me do something here. Set song count. 25. There we go. If I want to go ahead and pop all of the songs into...
You want me to just pick them?
Yeah. Oh, that one's still saying that. Okay. I did change it. Okay, it's fine in the actual release. And yeah, here we go. We're good to go.
It's a long set list.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a set list. Right, okay, so I'm gonna pop us into this, and here we go. The first song is Switcheroo by Woman. This is our consistency solo pick. And we took consistency very literally. Well, at least I did. It is definitely very much toned down from Pepsi Man. We thought Pepsi Man was a bit too hard, so we have nerfed the consistency solo in comparison to CSE Open Group. Just, you know, a little bit.
It's definitely still difficult. I think the final solo is very missable.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's easy. Yeah, so the reason why we're releasing this now, even though there's a still week to sign up, is to give people an idea of the difficulty, to help them decide whether or not to join.
Also probably worth mentioning, maybe you feel differently, Wings, but the qualifier, I would say the qualifier is pretty tough compared to the rest of the set list, and not by much.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the songs will be a much bigger jump after playing qualifier.
No, like, the qualifier definitely does peak a little bit higher. But also in the qualifier you do have those low moments. So you got the deadline for the qualifier. It is 2 PM UK time next Saturday. So you got another week yet. A little bit of a drum solo for a break. Everyone loves quad zigs, right?
That's probably the most difficult section.
Yeah. Ah, dang it.
I remember that there's the last break.
Star power passing, folks. It is important. Because we both may have FC the far point on passing.
Yeah. But nice the double FC.
Yeah, double FC. Why don't you go ahead and introduce the next song?
The next song is Aggressor. This is one of the later ones that we added in. We switched out another one because it was apparently in a recent tournament.
Yes,
so
it was going to be Illusions by Sammy Bola, but we found out that it had been used in NPC, so we had to swap it out. That's what I meant to say. It was a banger. but obviously want to be original. So yeah.
Yeah, this one is, from what I remember, I think I only played it once or twice. It's pretty tough. And it is the stamina fretting or shred, so it's definitely going to feel a little bit more difficult and tiring than the one we just played.
Yes. And so it will be more difficult than Switcheroo, but that's by design, because it is the shred solo. The edit here is, first of all, the first 5 notes or so are strums of this chart. So I changed those to taps, because it kind of made sense to be taps. And I have changed one note in the solo from a yellow strum to a yellow hammer-on, because it just makes the transition like super awkward. It makes sense chart-wise, why it was strung, going from a tap note section, synth section to a guitar section. But we just changed that just to be a little bit more friendly. Because I don't want people missing just because of the strum note. Especially in a shred solo.
This first half is pretty repetitive with the patterns, but then in the second half, I believe that there's a pretty nutty solo.
Yeah.
So this section is just to tire you out.
Yeah, if you know, like for example in Switcheroo, you had breaks from like the Zigs and that. With a shred, the aim is to have little breaks. Because the whole point is about, can you keep going? Can your hand physically be able to do this from a stamina point of view? And I've been in chat, so no Setlist Tech FC for us. To be honest, we're both recording this on the solo tiebreak.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need to accelerate just a little bit there? Just get a bit bursty. That yellow there, the first yellow hammer on there, was a strum note. So I changed that. Because otherwise...
It still caught me off guard anyway.
Yeah. Because otherwise, people are just gonna miss because of the strum note, and it's just like, yeah, that's not what we want. It as I said, it makes sense from a challenge perspective because you are going from the synth to the guitar. So yeah. And it keeps on going right until the very end.
But that solo there will definitely separate out some people that have some stamina and people that have like serious shredding ability.
Yeah. So this next song. Okay, the title, I have changed the title for the actual release. I changed it from my end. You probably didn't have the updated version. It's just the song name. You can say she X'd on my Kana until I activated. It's X-Kana activated by a Moth Symphony, and we have edited it. Well, I have edited it. Because it has a bridge, basically, with a whole bunch of tap note strumming. It's very fretty and tap note strummy at the same time. So I've recharted it to change the strum note to a different note so that it's more sweepy. It still works, chart-wise. And to be honest, you probably won't notice. So...
Yeah, it probably couldn't have said anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's called X-Kana Activated Sweepy Bridge, but that was just because I gave Bart 2 versions. But it will be X-Kana Activated WCS Edit as the official name. So this is the tech solo. So it's slower than Aggressor, but it requires a lot more precision.
Yeah, and dealing a lot with these open notes.
And we have put...
Constantly switching up the patterns.
Yeah. And we put WCS after every single song in the setlist because if you're like me, or like you have like 20k songs or whatever, and you have duplicates of each song, and you want to find the one that pertains to the actual tournament, then it'll be easier to find. And for a more important reason that we will get onto probably in the next song, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Break.
Yeah. My brain didn't see that was a strong note.
So here comes the edit.
Yeah. So there were basically a ton of double tap notes, like tap notes of the same fret, which basically meant if this was unedited, you would just strum through it, and that's not really going to test anything. And this is actually quite awkward. Anyway.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're constantly moving around.
Yeah, constantly moving around, constantly need precision. Doesn't go on for too long.
Just long enough that you'll probably mess up at some point.
Yeah.
Keep repeating the pattern.
It is a mini consistency section. A little bit of burst of speed there. Might catch some people out.
We got some strum notes to throw you off.
Strumming in my solo pick. We kept playing because it's not that egregious, it doesn't go on for that long. And now we're back to the intro part with the open note hammer on stuff. It's very short. And that was the last one of the solo picks. So now we move on to the first strum pick, which also has a change. Do you want to go ahead and tell them what it is, Vak?
It is a speed up that we've just baked into the chart. And then also, I believe there's a really tough solo that we took out. I think there's just the start of the solo left in there. Those are the only changes, right?
Yeah, so we have indeed sped up the songs up natively. So that means when you go into practice mode, you don't have to worry about setting it to the original speed before you go into practice mode. Because unless you're using the public test build, which we're not using for the tournament matches, you can't speed up or slow down a song that you've sped up in the menu. So this is it just helps with practice, and also this is why we put WCS in the name of the song so that you know which one's which. Because if you, for example, this song is the Azrael Trigger by Allegiant. If you search for Azrael Trigger in your search, you might have two versions: the WCS version, which is natively sped up, and then the original. So by putting WCS, you know which one to play. And this is sped up to 120% speed. This is our consistency strum song. And I'm going to restart because for some reason I didn't tab in, even though I clicked on one. Rip.
So this song, we actually just yesterday sped it up an extra 5%.
Oh yeah. Well, I was up until an hour and a half before the stream. I was still debating the speed of this, whether it should be 120 or 125. I chose 120 because we initially had it at 115, but we felt like that was a bit too slow. So yeah, we sped up to 120.
This definitely tests your ability to maintain a constant scroll speed while also dealing with the fretting.
Yeah. I think actually it's the end of the solo that's kept in, just for like measure reasons. Some hammer-on chord shenanigans. And there you go. There is a solo by there. Normally, we've taken it out. It was too hard to leave in. And it kind of ruined the fact that this is a consistency strong song. This bit might be easier, but you don't want to lose your concentration. And that was our consistency solo song. Now, it's time for everyone's favorite category. Stamina strum, or strum and stamming if you're a little bit more cultured. This is This is Where's Your God by Amon Amarth. This is an edit. For the first time ever, we've edited a song to make it longer. Because it was a little bit too short. So we have a group of sections that's just repeated, adding about another 30 seconds onto the chart, because otherwise it was like threatening to be under 3 minutes. And also this song is at 105% speed. So the way we decided the speed of this, because people are having an issue with the open stamina song in terms of its difficulty in that. So what we've done is we've tried to match it with Saturnine at 110, which I believe would be the good go-to difficulty for Stamina Strum. So we've done Where's Your God at 105, which I believe is slightly slower than Saturnine 110, but I think it goes on for longer. I don't know. But yeah, we've aimed this to be around Saturnine 110 level. And also, it's not as boring because it's got some actual awkward changes. Gotta make sure you're keeping your strum speed consistent.
When I replayed this yesterday, I was getting tired of the again.
Yeah, like that's the thing I aimed for, was the fact that I can pretty much FC Saturnine normal speed cold. So like, when I play this, even when cold, do I actually feel like I'm gonna die? And I felt like that was a good indicator that it was good enough for groups. And I feel like I'm nailed that, because my arms are hurting right now. And I haven't warmed up strumming, so I feel like this is a good difficulty. And you do get a little bit of a break here. Which some people will appreciate. And here we go. Yeah. Hey, double FC.
Nice.
I actually missed where the edit was, like where it repeats. But yeah, like, yeah. I feel like we've hit a really good sweet spot with this one, because of how long it goes on for once you go back into it. So you got the first half of the song where it's more like it's a bit of a teaser because you get that long. It's not as long as the end, and then you go into sort of like the break. But then after the halfway point, then it's just stamina strumming right to the end.
Mm. Yeah, it feels a little bit more tiring than Stirring Seas, which I know people had. There was a lot of FCs in it, so hopefully there's a smaller percentage in some way.
It wasn't so much the amount of FCs that was a problem. It was also the fact that a lot of players, including like myself and Vark, felt it wasn't actually harder than Saturday. So
yeah, and maybe it's not as hard as Saturday, but I think that overall this set list is probably in general a little easier than this past CSC, but this song didn't get any easier, so it kind of
I think
makes it feel like it's a harder song.
I think what kind of the best way to put it is we've kind of streamlined the difficulty just a little bit more. So for example, Pepsi Man, comparing Switcheroo to Pepsi Man, for example, Switcheroo is much easier, but that's more of a case of Pepsi Man was a little bit too difficult in my opinion. Like obviously I could FC it, right, but that's not the point. So we're kind of sort of streamlining the difficulty a little bit more. So therefore, some songs will be harder than CSC groups. Some of them will be easier than CSC groups. Like for example, the consistency solo. But example of one that's harder is Where Is Your God, which is harder than the stamina strum. Do you want to introduce this next one?
Sure. The next one is... It's a little bit of a different tech. It's a lot in the case of not overstrumming, different patterns of like the speed of strumming, not very fret heavy. So sorry to anyone that liked kind of chord tech strum sort of stuff. But it is Bleak by Frontierer.
Yeah, and
it's at 105.
Yeah, it's at 105, and the edit is basically in the fast burst strums. Those were tap notes, and we've changed them to strum notes to make it more strum focused. And also, you don't want to overstrum just simply due to tap note strumming, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, we've changed the tap notes in it, tap note strumming in it to strum notes.
This is just overstrum bait the whole way.
Yeah. It starts off a little easier. It does take a little bit to get going. After this build up is where the tech starts. See those drums in the original chart? Those are tap notes. So we've changed all those to strum notes. Ah, a bit of a bad act. Ah, dang it. To be fair, the stamina strum I'm playing as well is kind of warmed up my strumming arm a little bit.
Those fast strums where they're ascending from yellow, blue, to orange, it's tricky. it's definitely something you might have to go into practice mode for to get a good feel for, you know, do you want to start on an up strum or a down strum?
I think all of it is down, it's just the speed of it might catch you out. And this might look a bit simple, but you don't want to sleep on this because the timing is really awkward. Like, if you're just like doing this blase, you might actually miss some of these chord transitions because they're just a little bit faster than the space in between some of the chords. And then we go back to this riff to the end. Oh, okay, that was my guitar overstrumming because that does actually end on a strum. Right, I admit, this genre of music is not for everyone. No. I'm pretty sure, Vark, in the comments of the sheet, you said this song sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But it does the job. I mean, you've got to kind of balance how much of a banger do you want, but also you got to tie it up with tournament suitability. This is one of the songs where it's like, it was so good for text drum. I apologize, it sounds terrible, but to be honest, I kind of enjoy it, so.
Well, it's fine. The next song makes up for it, because this is one of my favorite to listen to.
And Rennie, you like this artist. It is Angel Vivaldi 9. Or 9 by Angel Vivaldi. This was the last song to go in. When was it, like 2 days ago or a day ago? Because we had another song which I won't say the name of because it might be an amateur, but we just felt, well, I just felt that it was too much of a standout in terms of easiness, so we swapped it out for one that kind of more represented the difficulty of groups. So yeah, this is Angel Vivaldi 9. This is the solo leaning hybrid. Normally you would find Angel Vivaldi in like the consistency solo segment, but Vark here found this one which fitted well into the solo hybrid category.
A lot of these strums here will hit you off guard. I already missed one.
Rip stop out. Yeah, passing this one is going to be important because there is quite a bit of dead space. When I say dead space, I don't mean like bars and bars. I just mean like a measure. So you just got to be careful where you activate.
Extra points if you FC this while dancing.
I'm sure Rennie will be all over that. Especially with how much they like Angel Vivaldi. And then this is what makes it more of a hybrid. Yeah, some of those are quite tricky timing.
I think that's a pretty good one for the fact that my misses were actually not on like the really fast solos or the strum parts. They were just I wasn't strumming on, you know, those thrown in strum notes here and there.
It does get technical at times, so yeah, just watch out for that. Okay, this next song, right? The person who charted it had it down as hard rock. I will make the argument it can be labeled as power metal.
I think it's power metal for people who don't like power metal. Like, I'm not a power metal fan, but I think that this one like kind of fits in both, where it's not super, you know, like a normal power metal song, and some people don't like it, some people like it.
So I will call it a win that we found a power metal song that was actually a strummy hybrid. And this is Demonized by Heat, and I believe this is at 115.
I believe it's 115.
Yeah, I believe it's 115.
These chord changes are pretty tough.
Yeah. And here's your power metal bit. The chords and the vocals. Very power metal there. There's one of your solo bits to make it a strummy hybrid rather than just a strum. Ah, dang it. I was like, 3-note chords I want to activate. I missed. Ah, I've thrown off my record now. And here comes the main solo, which is a very nice beat. Perfect speed. And more quad six. And I'm pretty sure there's quad six in the qualifier. I think there's a lot of quad six in my tournament so far.
Well, hopefully people have been playing Cult of Personality to prepare.
You want to be a bit careful towards the end because the strumming does switch up. So if you've built up muscle memory, be very careful here. And a nice little solo section to finish off. And back to the intro riff. That's one of my favorites on this set list.
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, I don't really like power metal, and it feels kind of like it, but I think the switch up of the different chords, and it's not just straight line strumming,
Yeah.
makes it feel a lot nicer.
I turned off the highway capture there because you could literally have saw what the next song was. Right, so this next one is probably my favorite on the set list. It is Roulette by Monsters Mate. So if you remember Are You Game, it's that kind of thing. It's J-Rock or J-Metal. It's one of the two. I can't remember what.
Isn't it like Kawaii?
Oh, Kawaii Future Rock. That's it.
Yeah.
It's labeled as Kawaii Future Rock. It's Roulette by Monsters Mate. This is probably my favorite on the set list. And it's a 110, I believe.
And this is the straight up hybrid.
Yeah, this is the true
kind of
hybrid.
leans into tech hybrid as well.
So what you see in true hybrid is kind of more, it goes back and forth between strumming and soloing. It's a lot back and forth between the types of play. And to an extent sustains for some good measure. This is a really fun song to play. That might catch a lot
is the hardest. Yeah, I think that might be the hardest section in the normal set list.
Yeah.
Nice FC.
Yeah, that was our true hybrid. Now, yeah, as Vark said, that definitely had some technical elements to it. But the reason why it's not the tech hybrid is because of this next song. So Vark was the one who suggested this one, and Vark also suggested 9 and Xcarna Activated.
Yep. I guess some techie stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about this one. I love this song, and so like I just threw it in there. And originally, Wings was not too sure about it, but then we actually got it in there.
Yeah, Random liked it, so Random was on the committee for a bit, but unfortunately had to take a step back. So
yeah, so this one has some strange fretting for half the song, and also some like absolute money strumming. So
yeah,
yeah. So let's get into it.
yeah. So yeah, as you know, Rennie was saying about hybrid mic. Yeah, so it's kind of like consistency strumming, where you can either have a fret strumming song like we do, or you can have something like Evolve Become, right? You can have two different types of song for the same category. And then this spot in hybrid, you can either have a tech hybrid, which is, yeah, just technical, or you can have a gimmick where the chart does something slightly different, right? It's sort of a bit more unconventional. But yeah,
I think these two songs, Roulette and this one, kind of like share that space of like techie, kind of gimmicky. Like they could either really go in like in either slot, I think.
Yeah, but this one is definitely more techie than Roulette, in my opinion. Especially the strumming.
Yeah, the strumming is like definitely the best part of this. Is Woven Web at 115 or 110?
115. By Animals as Leaders.
And these hobo chords will definitely ruin your day.
Rennie's a fan. I'm trying to reach out at the same time. It's not going very well.
So yeah, if you know anything about Animals Leaders or this song, the strumming goes off.
Yeah, so there are two different charts for this. And this one is way more tournament suitable than the other one. Like, it's actually crazy the difference between the two charts. So I initially didn't have this chart, and I was like, oh, based on the other chart I have, I'm going to say no. But actually this chart makes a lot of changes in comparison. A lot of differences to actually make it tournament worthy.
Break after
that
crazy strumming section.
The path to this one is going to be certainly interesting. There is quite a bit of downtime, but we do get back into it shortly. Enjoy the break, and one of the forbidden chords that I deployed, and we're right back in.
God, these chords, they're really tough.
Not bad.
That's all the normal songs.
And that is indeed all of the normal songs. We are going on to the tiebreakers now. And disclaimer, I like my tiebreakers just a little bit harder than CSE.
I was definitely tapping on the solo TV when I played it. I think I played it for the first time yesterday. Like, holy moly.
But I think we do. So how I would describe the tiebreaks is the solo tiebreak has higher peaks. The strum tiebreaker is harder all round, and then the hybrid tiebreak is just a little bit easier. Doesn't have peaks, but you still have to be on your.
I thought it was the start is very difficult right from the jump, I'd say, but we'll get into it later.
Yeah. This is very Rhapsody, Much Fire Deluxe, but you guessed it, Rhapsody of Fire. As the solo tiebreaker.
Oh, this is easy.
Oh yeah, this is easy. I mean, what do you mean this is a solo tiebreaker? I mean, see, we got strumming in it. I mean, what are you doing, man? It takes a little bit to get going. It eases you into it. Who likes quads? So we've had quads like quite a few times, now we just have quads. It's actually a meme how much quad stuff in my tournament.
I don't think it's too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
I didn't notice it at all until you said it, and I still don't think it's too much.
Oh, what am I doing? I can
There it is.
Yeah, this does peak, but it doesn't peak so many times it kind of ruins it. It's actually a good difficulty throughout. It just has a few peaks.
There'll definitely be some moments in it that, if you happen to find yourself here, the solo player should be able to come out on top.
Yeah.
But someone who's not as good at soloing should still get a point.
Yeah, it's still playable. Quasics! Again! Certainly the hardest section of the tiebreak.
Luckily, the peaks don't overstay their welcome.
No, that's the main point. Like, if it was like peak after peak after peak, then it would actually be a problem. But because they don't happen too often, there's not as many of them, it works. More quasics.
to get a little tired here. Hopefully we won't get any complaints about the solo being too easy, like during this past CSC open groups, because there were some FCs, a lot of like -2s, -3s. I really don't think that there will be, maybe like one person will FC it, but I feel like if you're gonna FC this, you're probably not finding yourself in a tiebreaker situation.
No. That's a very good point. Unless you're so lopsided in your skill set. And then just to finish it off, it gets faster.
I didn't instantly activate and that put you ahead.
And a massive solo bonus going.
Todd, you beat me by like 1,000.
79,000.
Less than 500.
Oh, what the?
Wow.
Now, if we were in a match, that's 500 points between us.
That's crazy.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny. -18, -24.
Now we're strumming.
Now we're strumming.
I also got a higher multiplier, just barely.
Nice. And we got both around the same best streak as well.
Yeah.
So this is the new Priesthood by Dark Angel as the Strum tiebreaker. Just like the Rhapsody song, this starts out, yeah, fairly tame. But just like Rhapsody of Fire, towards the end, it gets much more difficult.
You really just like can't fall behind in the patterns that repeat a lot.
Yeah. Ah, dang it. This is very awkward. Definitely not my thing. And then it switches up. Switches up again. Consistency, tech, and stamina all in one. Because this bit definitely ties you out towards the end.
do so well. This pattern is tough.
Ah, oh, dang it, I missed it. That was the change. Wow, I'm being blocked on the strong tiebreaker.
And I'm already tired and we're halfway through. The solo is your break.
Yeah. Just some drill, nothing too crazy. Now we switch it up a bit now. Then becomes a lot more stamina from me. And a little bit of attack as well. Again, just a little bit of break, but you're gonna need it because we're getting to the part now where it's all very tacky. And then we're back to the main riff.
Hard to maintain focus for this long.
Yeah. Especially when you play the whole bus. And it's not just this to the end, there's more strumming. It goes right until the end. Okay, you could probably just activate straight on it. And that is the strum tiebreak. Wow, -10 to -7. We both did pretty well now.
Yeah, the two repeating patterns, they come back a lot, and last time I played it, I knew that I needed to figure out, you know, what hammer-ons did I want to use where it switches from one chord to another, and
Yeah.
which ones do I want to just strum through it.
Because you got two different strumming patterns during the main riff, and you need to know when it's going to switch from the gallop into a strum chord into a hammer-on to just a straight line strum to a chord and then hammer-on chord. And you've got to watch out as well that during those bits, it might just throw in one of the other patterns in the middle.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure you keep an eye for that. And then towards the end, then it's just gallop strumming with single strums in the middle.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, if you don't practice anything else, if you're not someone who practices tiebreakers, just practice that one section, just because it shows up so many times that you're probably going to be screwed if you don't have that.
Yeah, because this whole song acts as stamina, and then you've got consistency elements of it, like for example the main riff, and then you've got technical aspects of it, like for example the gallop strumming towards the end. So it very much encompasses the strumming skill set, which I think is really nice. And finally, we have the hybrid tiebreaker. This is Primal Symmetry by Anima Tempo, and it's at 115% speed. Whew! Getting tired after playing all these songs.
A little bit of an intro before it goes crazy. From what I remember, it's just all over the place.
Oh, dang it, because my FT. I have actually FC'd it, which is great. Yeah, it doesn't peak as much as like the strumming and solo. Well, as solo, the solo peaks way higher. But yeah, this is kind of more very consistent difficulty, and it can be described as a tech solo. Ah, it slipped. Rip. Oh, man. Very
Seems to
tiring.
test everything.
Yeah.
Just there's really awkward strum patterns.
And then this is probably the most hybrid section of the song.
Pattern got me.
Yeah, you struggled.
All over the place.
Yeah. That would be your practice mode moment if you were playing in a tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, come on!
I wasn't paying attention.
It's not over. It's not just a fade out. It goes back to the trip. And there we go. That is the set list. My hand is very much hurting after playing all of that. -1 + 4 for me. Wow.
12. I just strummed the wrong notes, I guess.
Almost a 1300 note streak. Oh, I think no, it's not that one. It's I think this one, which I haven't got you on. Hold on, let me just.
Oh, that's all right.
So if I get rid of game and then do window capture. Big buck. Oh, I suppose I could have just done this on. Oh no, I'll do it then. Never mind. Ah, I can't stream. Oh wait, hold on. Which one do I have the songs on? What is this one? And there you go. I can stream. I can do things. So this is the group stage set list completed. So this will go out right after stream now. The group stage starts next Saturday, so you got up until then to practice the songs as well, submit the qualifier, and then once Saturday comes around, then 2 p.m. UK time is when the qualifier ends. So then I have about 4 hours then to make the challenge and the groups and leaderboard and stuff like that. So yeah, what's everyone's initial thoughts on the set list? I hope you like it. Please once you
big chatter was Rennie, and I think Rennie is AFK right now. So.
yeah, if you know, give this set list a bit of time, and then I'd appreciate it if you gave feedback on the set list. Oh man, my hand hurts. Oh boy. Yeah, so as we said before, all the speed ups are embedded in the songs themselves. So when you're in match, you don't have to worry about selecting the right speed. This also helps with practice mode, so that you don't have to like, you know, make sure it's on normal speed before you go into practice mode and then speed it up, or to whatever speed you want to practice. They're native, so then you can just slow them down. Yeah, so we've got quite a few edits. We've got 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, we only got 3 edits. And they're all the strum songs.
Just cutting out.
Yeah. And then the solos have 0 speed ups and 0 edits, which is kind of funny.
Well, you know, the hope is to not need to do an edit. It's nice to just get a song.
Yeah, it's nice, but when you find, for example, the Azrael trigger was just like, it was like really good, and then I got to that solo, I'm just like, so it's like, otherwise it was really good, so let's just take out the solo. That's how the edits work. It's like you find a really good, like a good song that just has like one problem with it, and it can be solved in an edit. So, oh man, I am so tired after playing all that.
Yep.
So yeah, as you can see, I've actually, instead of just saying solo, 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 strum, 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 hybrid, blah, 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 I've actually shown the subcategory they're in to make it a bit more friendly to newcomers who aren't familiar with like the CSE structure. So yeah, we've got a Switcheroo by Woman as the consistency solo, Aggressor by Saitama Saizuhiki as the shred solo, X-Con activated by Amoth Symphony as the tech solo, the Azrael Trigger 115 edit by Legion as the consistency strum, Where Was Your God 105 edit by Aman Amath, stamina strum, Bleak by Frontier 105 with an edit, technical strum, 9 by Angel Vivaldi as the solo leaning hybrid, Demonizer 115 by Heat as the strum hybrid, Roulette 110 by Monsters Mate as the true hybrid, and Woven Web 115 by Animals as Leaders as the technical hybrid. And then finally, Very Rhapsody Much Fire Deluxe by Rhapsody Fire, solo tiebreaker, The New Priesthood by Dark Angel, strum tiebreaker, and then Primal Symmetry at 115 by Amber Tempo as the hybrid tiebreak. So yes, that's it as far as the group set reveal goes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to send them in now. If not, and you think of something later, just pop them into the Ask Questions channel in the Discord. Yeah, anything else you want to add, Vark?
Nope. I just hope that once you're done with the qualifier, you give these songs a try. Hopefully you like them. And yeah, as Wing said, you can leave feedback if there's something that like really needs to be changed.
Yeah, like if there's enough pushback on a certain thing, then yeah, we can be open to you know, change whatever that is, even though the set has been released, like a speed of a song or like a disagreement about an edit or whatever. But yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job on this set list, making it balanced. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Well, as much as you can in a tournament setting, anyway. So yeah, the group stage starts next week, next Saturday. Group reveal, leaderboard reveal of the qualifier. Seeds will be given as a result of the quali leaderboard, and then the groups will be made from the leaderboard. You'll be given a text channel for your group, where you can schedule with your opponents, talk with them and stuff. And then there's just a normal tourney channel. And if you feel like sharing a score you've got, there's always the tourney optional score posting channel. Yeah, the reveal will aim to be the same time. Actually, no. It'll probably be later next week because it's the final Saturday of Elite League groups, and I'm most definitely going to be playing GA1 stream. So if they release, if they have stream slots for Saturday, so it might be earlier, it might be later. We'll see, depending. All right, I think that's us done. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I suppose we could see if there's anyone to read. Okay, let's have a look. Anyone to raid? Clone Hero. I
think CSC is about to start. If you just want to.
Oh, is it?
Kind of. I think they're starting soon-ish, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, because the slots are dibs on stream.
It's not for another hour.
Yeah, another hour. So yeah, we'll raid Alicia. I know Alicia a bit just from Twitch stuff. So she's really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna raid Alicia. Have fun in her stream. She's a vibe, as the title suggests. X0X. Alright, thank you very much for joining, and there'll be the other reveals and stuff next Saturday. Have fun practicing the groups. See ya.